Starting with baseball, since 2010, the Baltimore Orioles are the most profitable team. The money is based on if you risk the 100 on the money line for every regular season game since 2010. Now, what's interesting about this is the Orioles have a losing record, 106 more losses than wins, but are by far the most profitable team the last 15 seasons. And that right there is the key to betting baseball or any sport on the money line. It's finding teams that are mispriced. Everyone knows the good teams. Like, look at the Dodgers. They have 430 more wins than losses. But if you risk the 100 on every game they played since 2010, you'd be down $660. And that's because you have to pay a premium to bet on the good teams or the perceived good teams. But a team like the Orioles, past 15 years, often underdogs, and risking 100 on them would get you back more than 100, but risking 100 on a favorite would get you back less when it wins, depending on how big the favorite is. But when it loses, you still lose that full 100. And it's the same thing if we look at just the past 5 years. The Tigers, most profitable team in baseball since 2020, and they have 41 more losses than wins, but a majority of those 344 wins were at plus money underdog prices on the money line. The Dodgers have by far the most wins of any team the last 5 seasons, well over 200 more wins than losses, but risking 100 on all their games since 2020, you'd be up 1,636, which doesn't seem like a lot with a record of 472 wins and 258 losses. Maybe the most interesting result on this list is at the bottom with the Twins. Last 5 seasons, their win-loss record is almost 50-50 even. Only 2 more losses than wins, but betting on the Twins, risking 100 on the money line the last 5 years, you'd be down 6,774. That team right there has been overpriced big time. Let's switch to the NBA. Since 2010, the Thunder are by far the most profitable team to bet on. Now, this is based against a point spread, so it's wins and losses and pushes, which a push is when the game lands right on the point spread. It's neither a win or a loss, basically a tie. If we look at just the last 5 seasons, Oklahoma City is by far the most profitable team. Again, they have the best record against the point spread. And what this tells us right here is the betting market hasn't really caught up to the Thunder yet. Or, in other words, the point spreads on their games haven't been inflated like it is with the league's other good teams. If we look at just the money line records from 2020, and the money line is straight up wins and losses, no point spread. The Celtics have the best record the last 5 years, but they've been big favorites a lot in the past 5 seasons because odds makers start to inflate the odds on teams that the public perceives are good. The Thunder, for whatever reason, just haven't been inflated yet, but there's a good chance that after this 2025 season that will change and both the spread and moneyline price on the Thunder will start to be inflated going forward. Pistons, they're the worst team on the money line the past 5 seasons. They've done a lot of losing, but that seems to be changing, at least this current season anyway. Okay, we've covered MLB and NBA now. Let's go to NFL. This is against the spread, or ATS, which stands for against the spread. Since 2010, the Bengals are the most profitable team, but they have the same amount of wins as Green Bay, but just less losses. Washington, they have 3 different teams the last 15 seasons, and not one of them is profitable. If we look at just the last 5 seasons, the Lions stand alone with the best against the spread record. Lions only team with 50 wins. That's against the spread wins. You remember, the Jets and Falcons both have 50 losses against the spread the last 5 seasons. Sticking with football, let's look at college football here. I have every team in my database, but I just did the top 15 most profitable and 15 least profitable teams against the spread. This is since 2010, and Kansas State has been a big moneymaker the past 15 seasons. New Mexico is the worst college football team against the spread since 2010. Kansas and UConn are right there with them. If you find these type of videos interesting, let me know with a comment or a like. I can never tell what type of content I should be focusing on. I really want to do like sports betting educational stuff, but I realize like nobody really cares about learning. Everyone wants to just be like given picks, but It's because they don't really understand how sports betting works or how being a profitable sports bettor works. It's almost impossible to help someone else win by simply giving them picks because it's such a time sensitive thing. But learning about how betting markets work, how to analyze a live odds screen, that's where the real value is. Finding how to get the best of numbers. And I'm not even saying I'm the most knowledgeable sports bettor by any means, but I have been doing it 20 years. And the average recreational sports bettor today is like shockingly clueless about how betting works. And, they could save themselves so much money if they just tried to learn a few basic fundamentals. But let me stop here. I could go on for hours about this.